Hello, my darlings. Now, I think I have a specific collective here. So I'm going to see what that's to do with. Yeah, we have butterfly, sun, and bridge. Communication, transformation, and change. And, you know, clarity coming in some capacity. All right, anything else? The head of the pack. Someone coming in with drive, success. This could be you. Take it as it resonates. It could be an alpha male. It could be someone taking the lead. We have tracks as well, so steady movement forward. Then we have woman and we have Lily. Okay, I'm going to get some clarity on this. Bear with. I'm also going to use my fan because it's fucking hot in here. Honestly. Come on. I need this in my... I need a fan that you can put around your neck and it blows out water and cool air. And I know you can buy them, so anyone who sees them, fucking send me a link, please, because I really, 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 really need it in my life. Can I find the sun, please? This specific collective, what do they need to know? We have a death card. Okay, we have an ego death possibly happening here. Clarify the bridge. The 7 of Pentacles. Somebody wants to put a stop to the stagnant energy. Clarify the butterfly. They want to see you. They want to celebrate with you. They want to connect with you. They want to bring some love into your life. This is someone who's got a bit of an alpha male. They're loving. They're very loving. But I kind of get a vibe they're a bit alpha male-y as well. Like they're into the emotions. Don't worry. But they're in this. They're a leader. They're fucking powerful people, whoever they are. All right. Clarify tracks. 3 of Pentacles. Their focal point at the moment is you. Just saying. Why is the woman here? They've been dealing with another situation. Yeah, they've been dealing with another situation. Oh, good Lord. Wow, I was about to say there's a lot of sexual energy here, and then I got the lovers, so yeah, confirmation. They're needing to change something in their life. Whoever this is, they need to change something in their life. They need to go through something. We've got the moon and we've got the 6 of Wands and then we've got the 7 of Swords. They need to stop fucking lying to themselves thinking that something's working when it fucking isn't. Sorry, that's the energy Spirit's giving me. It's like there's this real irritable energy. There's this, why am I trying to fucking work at this? It doesn't work. What am I doing with my life? Like, what am I doing? Ugh. They're very like that. Because they realise the truth. They realise the truth. Anything else? Yep, they realise the truth. Judgment. It's Judgment Day. They've got to make a decision about something that isn't serving them anymore. And it is to do with another situation. They are not wanting to live life like this anymore. They like, no, I can't do this. They have ties with this person, but they want to leave it. They want to change things. They want to leave it in a good way. It is to do with another person. This is a very quick channeling because I have been talking for fucking ages on other readings. Page of Cups in reverse. Ugh. They've held throat chakra. They've felt some struggles here in the past and they've felt like they've tried to make something work and it hasn't worked. They're a very loving person. We have the King of Cups. They're a very loving person. But they're fed up of trying to make something work that doesn't. It's very clear. This, whoever this is, male or female, doesn't matter, not gender specific. This person needs to get rid. Oh no, let me rephrase that. Apologies, because that sounds so dismissive and disparaging. They need to do what's right for them and overall and in the long run for a possible family unit or a work unit as well. Some of you work, some of you are connected to somebody who works with their other half, partner, King of Wands, Queen of Wands, yeah. The Sun in reverse. They've been trying to make out they're very happy in life when they're not. Same message, 4, 5, 6 in the time. They're not happy. King of Pentacles in reverse. They're not happy. They don't want to invest anymore in something. They've lost the will to live with something. They've realised they're flogging a dead horse with something. Whatever that is. They've been trying to deceive themselves thinking, yeah, you know, I can make this work. We've got children, we've got business together, blah, 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 blah. Or something along those lines. You know, I can make this work. I can. And then they're like, no, I can't. And they've perhaps realised that they're not actually emotionally invested in this person like they once were. Right? And it's like, okay, I need to make a decision. So clearly I'm channeling a very similar message for quite a few people here. Obviously a few of you are going through this. So we are going to get some more cards. 1 second. That'll do. I'm just going to cleanse them because I haven't used them for a few days. Okay. So what does this collective watching need to know with this individual? 9 of Swords. They don't sleep great. The Ace of Cups. They're very anxious because they have emotions elsewhere. We have a Chariot here. So, oh Lord, we have 3 of Pentacles, a Knight of Pentacles, and a Knight of Cups. 9, sorry, of Cups. I love hearing bird song. I absolutely love it. We have a 6 of Cups here as well that's just shown itself to me. Anyone else feel like the birds have just got suddenly louder, or is it just me? The birds are trying to tell you something there. Getting your vibe that someone wants to shout off the rooftops about you. Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. They do not have any passion or romantic or... They don't want to be with somebody here. They don't want to be in this situation. Yeah, they want to walk away. They want to walk away. They want to walk to something more emotionally fulfilling. The Ace of Cups, they're not feeling the love like they were. Something has served a purpose for this person. Something has served a purpose. The Hierophant in reverse, they're going to go forward with a separation. Second time in today's channelings, and I've done probably about an hour and a half's worth of channeling in different readings today already for the collectives, and that's the second time the Hierophant in reverse has come out. I've also had the divorce card come out too, so there's definitely divorce on the cards here, literally. Tower and the Empress, and it could be to do with a mother figure, but also someone here they've had their world knocked on its axis almost, like knocked off its axis, sorry, not on, off its axis by someone else. Now, I will repeatedly tell you this, there is no infidelity here. This is not toxic energy. This is somebody who's in another situation who realises they care for someone else and they're like, oh fuck, I'm actually going to have to end this relationship now because I can't live a lie anymore. I can't live a lie. We have the 10 of Pentacles. They are umming and ahhing how to close this out. Clarify the 3 of Pentacles, please. The 2 of Wands, what I've just said, they're closing out something and they're trying to figure out how to do it. Yeah, because they realise their happy, stable energy, their happy new beginning, whatever you want to call it, is with somebody else. All right, why is the 6 of Cups here? The Lovers. The Lovers. The Lovers. And then we have, in a plethora of ways, but this person's quite fucking anxious in a number of ways because they know there's a few things they've got to end in their life. And it's also what I'm picking up is there's a few things in another situation, relationship, commitment, take it as it resonates, that they are like, there's a number of reasons why something they're in at the minute isn't working anymore. It did, it doesn't now. Yeah, King of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. They're trying to figure it all out, how to become single. I know I really do sound like a broken record. But a lot of my clients are going through exactly this. Connected to somebody who they've aligned with, specifically when they've been dealing with someone who they thought was their twin flame, let's say, or was their twin flame, but just wasn't the twin that they were meant to be in union with. Because as we all know, twins are here to raise the vibration of the planet. But someone who God has for you is also here to raise the vibration of the planet, right? And so many of my clients and some of my friends are dealing with that situation. They were dealing with someone, they've now removed them out of their life, and they've aligned with someone else quite quickly. But in some cases, they've gone on and found that person and they're free to be with, and that's it, they're kind of together, or dating at least. And then in other cases, they're friends with them, or they know them remotely, you know, just, you know, take it as it resonates. But there's that connection there, there's that, and both you and the masculine involved are on the same fucking page. It's so interesting. Because God wants you to be with the right person. And that person who you thought was your twin, or who was your twin but wasn't aligned, or in some cases could have been a karmic possibly, or, you know, a trauma bond. Take it as it resonates. You're being aligned to somebody new who will be the right person for you. But there is still some work to do their side as well. And if you're being made to wait by God, there's a reason. Right. I mean, same fucking message, people. Different variation of it, but same different message. Somebody is needing to get a divorce or a separation. And it's like they're realising undoubtedly, like, they cannot carry on anymore. They just know undoubtedly that they cannot carry on anymore. It's very clear. Yeah, look. The Three of Swords, Hierophant. The Hermit. They know they need to be hermit. They need to be single. And I feel like they'll want to come to you when they are single. Otherwise, you'll just go, nope, not interested in that, thank you. But you also have to understand that God and the divine will orchestrate things to show them something. You've just got to be mindful that you work and use integrity. Okay? I can't deal. I need a cold shower. I need an iced coffee. That would be nice right now. And an ice cream, maybe. And I contemplated going back to the gym this afternoon, and then I thought, fuck that shit. There is aircon at my gym, and it is quite cold, but nah. No. No. I might go tomorrow. It's too hot. I can't. This is the thing. Can anyone else train in the gym when it's boiling hot outside? Because I have done in the past. I know I'm just making excuses. I just need to stop being a lazy bastard and get to the fucking gym. And I will. One day soon. Right. Let's see what else you need to know if you're watching this. The weird energy is back. Clouds. You may be getting messages in the clouds. I know that sounds absolutely fucking ridiculous. But trust me, if the divine needs you to see a fucking message and you're looking up, they will show you a fucking message. Communication. That might be how they're choosing to communicate with you. Tree of Life. Angel. Feathers. Yeah, the divine are definitely working with you to create something here. Like, to have an understanding. The white light and the meditation cards have come out, as well as the Phoenix. So you are needing to trust in your guides, spirit team. You're needing to trust something here. And I am needing a cold shower. Can you hear this? Right, okay, so I've got my music on in the kitchen, and then I've got the bird song behind me, and it's just bliss. Birds are just so special. Mother Nature is just so special. Please practice gratitude every single day, people. Right, what cards do I want to clarify with here? I need to get some more decks out, really. I need to get some more decks out. Bearing in mind I have 162 decks, something like that. Quite a fucking few. All right, Clarify Clouds. The Seven of Swords. Where are you deceiving yourself? Where are you trying to gaslight yourself, people? Because the Seven of Swords can be a gaslighting energy. Where are you trying to gaslight yourself with smoke and fucking mirrors? What is it you're not seeing? Five of Pentacles. Why are you trying to stand in your own fucking way? Why are you causing your own lack? We have the Hermit here as well. And we have the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Resilience in something. Nine of Swords and the Death card and the World. Interesting. You really need to trust. Overarching theme here is trust. Three of Coins. It's all happening for you, not to you. Why is the Phoenix here, please? Why is the Phoenix here, please? Why is the Phoenix here, please? Page of Cups. New beginning. And the White Light, what's that all about? Because to me, that's always about healing. But if there is another message, let's go. The Healer. Perfect. Temperance. All right, Spirit. So, collective watching this. You need to trust you are exactly where you are supposed to be at this time. You need to get out of your own fucking way and stop focusing on, in some cases, stop focusing on the 5D communication with somebody. And when I say stop focusing, if you're only getting communication telepathically with this person, but there's no 3D at all, really and truly have a word with yourself and see if you really want just a 5D connection for the rest of your life. And if you're holding on to that and gripping onto it, you're stopping yourself living your own reality. Honestly, I did that for many years. Please do not fucking do it. I had a strong telepathy with my twin, and while I was grateful to that because it was the way we communicated quite a lot of the time, there were times he would confirm it in the 3D, yes, but it kept me going for so long. But eventually you get to a stage where you're like, nah, I want something in the 3D now. We live in a fucking 3D world. Yes, we are trying to make it become heaven on earth by getting everybody to live from a 5D upwards consciousness, absolutely. But you can't just focus on the fucking 5D, the telepathy. You can't. You've got to realise that you're worth more than that, right? You are, and you're worth you're worth that soul connection, that beautiful soul connection. Yes, you are. And for many of you, you do know that. But there is a few of you that are still hell-bent stuck on the telepathy and only focused on a 5D connection. And on the twin flame journey, I know people teach you to focus on it if that's what you're getting. If you're not getting anything else, it keeps the 3D going. Yes, it does, it does. But you have got to get to a stage where you go, enough already. I want something tangible. I want someone who can come and see me, who we can go out for, go for drinks with, go for dinner with, go on date nights. You want to make it real. And I know your twin isn't meant to be a 3D paradigm relationship. I do understand that. They're not at all. They are there to crack you the fuck open. And that is exactly what they do. They are basically your soul in another vessel. They are reflecting back to you all the things you need to change and heal, right? That is what a twin flame is. They're not a romantic partner. They're really not. They're someone who you have to grow and ascend with in order to be aligning with who and what is meant for you, and in order to get into purpose. Now, in a lot of cases, you are meant to be with that person. Yes, you are. In a lot of cases, yes. Only if you're both doing the work. If one of you is doing the work and they're not, and they're just refusing to change, refusing to heal, but you're doing all the work you can and they're not growing and healing with you, either that isn't a twin, or that your souls have decided you'll only ascend so far, and then you'll align with who and what is meant for you, right? Bear that in mind. Okay, time for a little fan break. Hang on. There's still this theme of you not trusting in yourself as well, like really significantly not trusting in yourself at all. And it's really important, and I need you to hear me when I say this. Please trust yourself. Please don't gaslight yourself into thinking that you're chatting shit. Please don't gaslight yourself into thinking that the 5D is enough, because you know it isn't. You know, when you're in union with yourself, you aren't bothered about being with that one person. But you still desire love. You still want that loving, committed relationship. And, you know, for many of us, we have probably only lived half of our lives. So you've got another half to align with that person. Do you know what I mean? So stop stressing, basically, and don't focus on one particular individual who hasn't shown up for you the way you wanted. All right, so let's get the Yin Yang Oracle in the house, and let's see what else you need to know right now. Because there's obviously some kind of connection here. So we have rebirth and winter. We have karma, balance, and justice. So someone is dealing with karma, balance, and justice. We have confusion and illusions and Neptune. We have decisions. Yep. Needing to make a decision about twin flames. So it could be you're deciding whether you want to deal with a twin flame anymore. And then we have the freedom lead. I knew there was a reason why I was using these cards. And we have the feminine underneath the deck, and then we have the I nearly went to say the masculine being controlled. And they could well be, you never know. But ultimately, you know, you need to trust you are exactly where you're supposed to be. So what is this rebirth all about, please, for those seeing this? What is this rebirth all about? Four of Pentacles, holding on to something. But it's also a strong foundation for manifestations as well. And protecting things. We do have an Emperor who could have been dealing with some karma, balance, and justice. Clarify confusion. The Page of Swords. There could have been some confusing messages here. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. So someone's been trying to make some decisions about what the fuck to do. The twin flame journey has kept people stuck in loops of anxiety. And in some cases, you know you deserve more than that. Clarify what else we get there. The Devil, it's kept you stuck in loops. And I think for a lot of you, you've really chosen to move away from that journey because you're just like, or that person. I've had 2 clients come to me today telling me they don't want anything to do with their twin ever again because they've had enough of fuck all, basically. Clarify leap. The Moon. 2 of Swords. Yeah, someone's definitely in a position where they've been thinking about things and umming and ahhing, and I think that's you. I think you're the one, those watching this, 2 of Wands, you're the one that's in this energy, but it could also be an Emperor who is in this energy. Okay, take it as it resonates. Knight of Wands. The Magician. Someone's sexually manifesting you. The Star. Someone's definitely sexually manifesting you. The Chariot. Big time. 5 of Swords in reverse. The 4 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. Like, there's a real need to trust yourself. Trust your intuition. If you're getting visions, you're being shown them for a reason, right? Trust that initial nudge, that initial feeling. Trust it. The 8 of Swords. Fear and entrapment. The 5 of Wands at the hands of someone else, potentially. Then we have the 9 of Cups. Again, we have somebody here who's tried to convince themselves they're doing the right thing by staying in a situation. Now, this could be you holding on to an Emperor who isn't able to be with you right now. Okay. And this could be you holding on to an emperor who's really gaslit the fuck out of you at times and not really giving you the love that you deserve. And that's why you're feeling deluded by the whole twin flame journey. This is going to be seen by who needs to see this right now. So if you're on the twin flame journey, or believe you're on the twin flame journey, and you are feeling some sense of imbalance, you are feeling like you have gaslit the absolute fuck out of yourself and you don't want to do it anymore, then, you know, that's great. I mean, I can help you escape that. I can help you escape it. I am a twin flame survivor, I would class myself as, because I certainly don't think I'm on that journey. Not anymore. But I had to align with it to learn the lessons I needed to learn, to grow, to heal, and to get into my purpose, which I've been in for 5 and a bit years now. So, which I'm grateful for. I'm hugely grateful for it. And I'm grateful to that person, as I said before, at the risk of sounding like a fucking broken record once more. And I'm rhyming there too. Woohoo! But, you know, I have got people out of those loops. I've moved them away from the journey for a reason. And they're now living their fucking purpose. They're now living a much better reality than they were. And yeah, healing is needed still. It's non-linear, it's spiral. We spiral back to something again and again until we learn the fucking lesson. Yes. But did you not think that your twin was just a fucking lesson? I know there's all those that go, oh no, you're meant to be in union with that person only. No, you're fucking not. No, you're fucking not. No. No. No, I used to believe that. I used to believe I was meant to be with that person for a long time. And it's funny how so many of my clients have moved away from that person as well, and they're a lot happier as a result of it. So you're meant to be with the person God has for you. That isn't always going to be your twin flame. And that is all I'm saying on that subject. Anything else we need to know right now? 2 of raindrops. Partnership. You're meant to have a loving relationship. We've got the Queen, or the Oracle of Clouds, which is the Queen of Swords in normal tarot. But the thing is, you could have been cutting out a potential wonderful relationship because of some toxic little turnip who couldn't decide if they wanted you or not. But then that would be you not wanting you in some capacity, if you want to really believe the twin flame dynamic of how they mirror everything to you. Everybody's a mirror to you at some point. Wherever you are on your journey, whatever you need to heal and purge and process, someone is going to heal that back to you. Someone is going to review or reveal that or mirror that back to you in some capacity. We have the Chariot as well. We have choices. No, we don't. I lie to you. We have the 6 of Clouds in reverse. I'm not taking it in reverse. It's transition. And we have the Charm card as well. But some of you, in fact, I am going to take it in reverse, because some of you have refused to move away from this other situation, keeping you stuck and blocked. And now you've missed out on opportunities. Now, let me be clear. You think you've missed out on opportunities. You haven't missed out on something, because something that's worth your time and energy and something that is meant for you, you cannot let it won't pass you by. You cannot miss it. But you may have delayed it because of your obsession with this other person. Let's go with these. Clarify the 2 of raindrops. Yeah, you've been on the journey for a long time, and you're a bit like it's been in and out, in and out, in and out, and you believed that you were meant to be with that person. And you know, for some of you, you've gone on and met the person who you're meant to be with, because we've got the 6 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. You've met the right person now. For some of you, yeah, King of Cups in the universe. You've met your King of Cups. You've met the person God has for you. But it's taken you leaving this situation behind. Over and over again, you've been questioning it and holding on to it. And, you know, you've held on to what you think is the right thing. But really and truly, what you're aligning with now is someone who can be a provider, who can be a business partner perhaps, or somebody who could offer you that commitment that you want. 3 of Cups. For a lot of you, this person who was your twin put you in a third-party situation over and over again. But you have done a lot of healing around that, and I actually think in a lot of cases the masculine has done a lot of healing around that too. And in some cases, that masculine, if they've done that healing and they've stepped into their power, they will be coming back. There's been this theme in that dynamic where you've got a group of feminines on a train and the train is getting ready to leave the station and there's a group of masculines catching up. They've been able to get on the train, but they're in a different carriage. So they're getting ready to align with that feminine, right? Perfect. Or there's a group where the feminines are on the train has left the station and the masculines have been chasing after it. It's not stopped and they've missed the opportunity. That is what is happening with a lot of you. That masculine has been given time and time again to come in and claim you because deep down they want to be with you. They do, but they're terrified of pain, of hurt, of being left. And that's why they've held back and held back and held back. Yet meanwhile, they're going to watch you move on with a man or a woman who chose love. Chose to follow their heart. Because they knew the minute they met you, oh my God, it's her. Or, oh my God, it's him. Do you know what I mean? Which then caused them a fucking tower moment. Because we have the tower, the Three of Wands. They listen to their intuition. This is a soul-based connection. Yes, absolutely. And some of you, like I say, have got that connection coming back in for a renewal. And the divine have allowed it because this person's in the right energy. But for a lot of you, they've missed the boat, I'm afraid. They've missed the train. The train has left the station. There's a saying, and I know I sound a little bit, not crass, but I don't know what the word is, I can't think right now. Perimenopause, honestly, brain fog is real. The saying is you snooze, you lose. So it's quite flippant, that's the word, flippant. You snooze, you lose. And sorry, for a lot of these masculines, they snoozed and they've lost out on you. Sorry about that. That's the divine for you. The feminines in a lot of cases are the leaders in the movement, right? In the new movement, in the new earth. And feminines who are healers, seers, guides, shamans, medicine women, whatever your journey is, where you are serving humanity, you want and need a protector by your side. You want someone who can get into the fucking dark with you and not be afraid of anything. So yeah, you are going to be aligning with someone who's on the same path as you or very similar to you, where you can both teach one another stuff and you can heal more together and bring more love into the world. And I am very, very warm. I'm sorry about that. Okay. What's on the horizon for this collective watching? What is on the horizon, please? We have clinging. So someone is clinging to you. Goodbyes that you may have said goodbye to. Ouch. You're being asked to embrace the uncertainty here, and we've got sacred space here as well. I am going to see what that's to do with. We've got peace. This is going to sound really weird, but in some cases, feminines, if you have moved away, we've got angel protection as well. In some cases, if you have moved away from the masculine that you thought you were wanting to be with, and you now realise, no, your whole energy has lifted, and the energy that you were feeling almost attacking you has gone, because you don't want that masculine anymore, because that masculine's got a connection with a very dark karmic energy, male or female, that was blocking you. And it feels like for a lot of you that energy is dissipated because you've learnt the truth that you were clinging on to fucking nothing, really and truly, that caused a lot of anxiety. There is a lot of anxiety here to work through. Why is this sacred space card here, please? What else is this to do with? You're doing all right. You are being guided still to protect yourself, if that's applicable. You'll know. And then we've got peace and balance and justice coming in here with an emperor who is divinely protected and guided. Of the tower, divine intervention. And let me be clear. If there is someone you're meant to be with and it's not aligning yet, and the divine are like, no, we need those people together in some capacity, or, you know, we need each of these people to learn their lessons sooner rather than later so that they can send out love to the world. For example, you know, obviously you've still got to pay your karma, you've still got to pay your dues, you've still got a karmic contract to complete in some cases, or other karmic contracts to complete. And if you don't complete them with one person, you will have to complete them with another before you can be in any kind of divine union. But ultimately, you just want that peace and quiet and excitement and happiness and playfulness, and you want the romance, but you want the mental intelligence as well. You want someone who uses emotional intelligence, who is emotionally available. You want someone who can be vulnerable with you and you can be vulnerable with them. And if you haven't had that, and this masculine energy here hasn't had that either at times, they've realised through knowing you perhaps that you do offer that. We've also got the Lovers again. So there's definitely some vibe here with that Lovers. And we've got the Star. There's two cards here with nudity on. So this person wants that relationship with you, but they can't wait to get, sorry to say it, jiggy with you. But they will only do that when it's the right time. They won't do it until it's the right time. This isn't toxic energy. They're leaving something that's not serving them. They're leaving something they felt tied to. There's a different message coming through here, but ultimately, you don't feel tied to that person you were. That person may come back and you may have a choice, but I feel for a lot of you, you're going to stay with the new person or be open to the new person. And if you've met them, you'll know. You'll know if it's the right person for you when you meet them. You'll just know. You'll be like that. Oh, fuck. You'll just know. You'll just know. And that anxiety and fear will disappear. Okay? Any other messages, Spirit, please? Any other messages for this collective watching? Any other messages? Balance, work life, possibly even ground. We have crossroads, choices, different options. We have intimacy. Yeah, somebody's definitely wanting to be intimate with you. Third party, but they could have a third party. But it could be a family issue, it could be something unexpected, surprise and shock. And again, we've got divine timing. For some of you, I mean, obviously everything has to unfold according to divine timing, yes. But for some of you, it feels like there is change coming very, very rapidly. Clarify balance. The Four of Pentacles. Okay. Clarify the crossroads. Page of Cups. And the healer energy here with the Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, like the healing energy, the time to take a step. Some of you are being rested as well before something big comes into your life. You need that rest because when something comes into your life, like what I'm feeling here, it's major, and with the world, it's a huge cycle closing out. You are going to need to be vulnerable in some capacity. Third party is clarified by the Queen of Swords. Now, the third party could be a Queen of Swords. I think someone's realizing that another energy they may have a relationship with, connection with, commitment with, work-wise, family-wise, relationship-wise, take it as it resonates. They're realizing that this person is emotionally, I wanted to say the word inept, which is a little bit cruel, but they're emotionally devoid at times. Clarify unexpected. Yeah. There's a change coming to somebody here. And I said to you before, Leo season is very significant, and here it is again. Someone knows something. They know something. They know something. They recognize that some kind of... They recognize... Oh, Lord. They recognize that they do need to leave a situation Timing is everything, though. Yeah, it's... Timing is everything, and there is drama here, quite significantly. Quite a lot of drama. Quite a lot of distress. Quite a lot of discomfort. And it's a mismatch of people. Like, there probably used to be quite a lot of intimacy, and there isn't anymore. And it's like... My neighbours are making rather a lot of noise. One of them just said racket, and I felt like saying, yeah, you're making a racket. Who the heck is that? I don't even recognise that voice, so that's unexpected. Expected. Unexpected. Expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. I don't know whether you can hear this dude, but he's fucking loud. I have no idea who that is. I don't even recognise his voice. Basically, there is some change coming for a group of you. Quite significant change coming. Anything else for this group? Anything else they need to know? Because I am literally sounding like a broken record. The Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. The Devil. You're really hovering. Spirit's really hammering this point home. Something isn't working. We got Queen of Pentacles. Something isn't working in another situation. We have a Knight of Swords. Somebody wants to escape another thing. There is a dog barking. Yeah, they want to escape another situation. Well, they want to escape another situation, but they want this. Ten of Cups. Elsewhere. Clarify the Empress, please. The Knight of Cups and the Knave of Cups. They're seeing you in a really beautiful light. There's so much attraction here. The Six of Wands in reverse. But they've got to get to a stage where they can be successful in another. Like, if they need to end something, they need to feel like they can be successful in closing it. Clarify the Devil, please. Nine of Swords. It's anxiety inducing. They felt tied and codependent to someone for such a long time. And they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. The Chariot. Wow. Knight of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Swords. Interesting. So they're trying to make a decision what to do. They know their happy place is elsewhere. It's very clear. This is a person who is, like I said to you, in another situation in a lot of cases. Or, you know, yeah, we have an Emperor and a Ten of Wands. They are burdened by their responsibilities. They're feeling very stuck. I say stuck, but they're feeling like they've been very stuck. But they're also seeing that actually, even though there's a lot to sort out, following their heart is what they want to do. We have the Wheel of Fortune as well. Again, destiny is calling. People linked by destiny will always find one another. Yeah, Judgment. They're going to make a judgment call. They're going to make a judgment call. Ten of Swords. But it isn't the right time probably just yet. Although, what I'm getting with that as well is that if they don't end this with this other person, they're going to realise they should have ended it a while ago, but they stayed because they thought it was the right thing to do. But I think they've met someone or aligned with someone who is the right person, who gives them balance, who gives them what they want. And they're the catalyst to them ending this because they should have ended it a while ago. In a lot of cases, your person or this group of people, this group of individuals I'm channeling, they have known for a while that someone wasn't right for them fully. But they've stayed for a number of reasons. Despite the fact they have feelings for someone else, they've tried to do the right thing. They have obliged. They may have grown up in an environment where they didn't have a consistent caregiver, or they had an absent father or absent mother in some cases. But at the same time, they may have stayed for money reasons. They may have stayed for joint finances, you know, that sort of thing, for a family unit as well. But they were like, if I continue to gaslight myself into thinking that this is the right thing for me to do, I'm going to be kissing goodbye to a happiness that I know I could have elsewhere. It's quite sad energy, to be honest. Anything else? 2 of Cups in reverse and the 5 of Cups. Sorry, 5 of Coins. They're not aligned with this person anymore. They are left out in the cold frequently. They don't have the love that they want. They're not in love with the person, and they don't receive love either. God. Whereas they know they could have that elsewhere. And in some cases for you, High Priestess, in some cases for you watching, that person is you. They already know. The Devil. And intuitively, they've been staying stuck. And they don't need to anymore. We've got 2 devils here. Yeah. Justice and the 7 of Coins. They've known for a long time they need to close out a third party energy. Because they're not happy. And they know if they stay with this person, they're never going to have that true happiness. It's heartbreaking. Because everybody deserves true love. Everybody deserves true happy. If it's mediocre, if it's love but it's mediocre and it's a bit boring, I mean, at times, obviously, yeah, it isn't always going to be absolutely fascinating. And you get into a routine and you get settled. But when the love has gone, or the passion has gone, it's very hard to get that back. It really is. So this person is aware they don't feel the way they did about that other person. They know. My face is really shiny. Perimenopause once again, rearing its ugly head. Anywho, same fucking message really. In all the channelings I've done today, it's the same fucking message. Literally, very, very similar messages coming through. So just focus on you, your life, your goals. Do not attach to anything of any sort in life, not just with a person, but just fucking don't attach to anything, right? Because the universe will humble the fuck out of you if it needs to teach you something. Or if someone's got to come in and pay a karmic lesson back to you, they will do it in the form of you losing something. 9 times out of 10 it's to do with money. And when I started channeling a couple of hours ago, the main thing coming through was people who've been fucked over with money. You've got your blessings coming very soon, and starting in chariot season, which is 2 days away. No, 1 day away. Okay? So if you'd like any of my services, a reading, coaching session for Ascension, Twin Flame, I can still channel for it, okay? If you want to get away from that journey, I'm a Twin Flame survivor, so I can definitely get you away from it if you feel like you need that. I do cord cuttings, I do them in a shamanic way, or I do them in a remote way. I do shamanic healings, past life clearings, past life regressions, deep healing sessions, womb healing, and I do Reiki as well. And I also am doing things in person. So if you are wanting to come up to Birmingham in the West Midlands in the UK, come and see me. I would love to hold you in my space. In the meantime, if you're interested, email zoe@thesassyspiritualist.co.uk. I'm signing out because I'm sweating like a horror comedian. Toodaloo!